Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm Keishla Adderley. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping the news tonight, a case that has the potential to set precedent over the dicey issue of immigration has crossed another legal phase. The Court of Appeal today struck down the Supreme Court ruling which ordered Rony Jean-Charles, a man of Haitian heritage, returned to the Bahamas after he was deported. Tonight, DeAndre Williamson tells us how the court came by its decision and how far the defense is prepared to go in the fight.
35-year-old Rony Jean-Charles didn't get the results he was seeking at the Court of Appeal when the court ruled against him. The 35-year-old had filed a cross-appeal challenging the decision to dismiss an application for habeas corpus. This after the Crown appealed an order of Justice Gregory Hilton who had dismissed a habeas corpus application, but granted constitutional relief to Rony Jean-Charles. You may recall that Rony, who was born in the Bahamas to Haitian parents, was picked up last September and detained at the Michael Road Detention Center and eventually deported to Haiti. However, Justice Gregory Hilton ordered that he be returned to the Bahamas and given status to live and work in the Bahamas pending an application. Foreign Affairs then issued travel documents for Rony, who was then returned to the Bahamas, but again detained at the detention center. However, the court ordered that he be released pending the hearing of an application for a stay. The stay was later granted and the matter expedited to the Court of Appeal. Meantime, senior legal consultant in the Office of the Attorney General, Lauren Klein, is pleased with the court's judgment to set aside the ruling of Justice Gregory Hilton, where constitutional relief was granted despite the dismissal of a habeas corpus application. He explains why the ruling was in their favor.
The first is the court said that it was wrong for the judge to automatically go on and hear an application for constitutional relief based on the same material which had been filed in the habeas corpus application. In fact, what should have happened is that they should have brought a separate application for that purpose. The court was also not convinced that the evidence before them in support of the habeas corpus application was adequate information on which to base the judge's constitutional findings. One of the issues in the appeal, as you may recall, was this whole question of the identity of the person, which was never definitively established. And the judges said that all of these things should have been dealt with in a proper trial.
Klein says questions about the way forward for Rony Jean-Charles is a matter for the Immigration Department because there was an understanding between the government and the respondent's lawyers that they would not interfere with Jean-Charles' liberty pending this appeal. However, he says there was a surprising outcome.
The court took a very forensic clinical approach just to the issues which was before it. So it only dealt with the Jean Rony case based on the particular facts of that case. So I don't think it's possible to extrapolate anything to any different case. I think that's still something that the government will have to deal with, either through legislation or some policy initiative. This case was just resolved on the issues that came before the court based on the peculiar facts arising out of this case.
Following the hearing, our news team caught up with one of Rony Jean-Charles' lawyers, Crispin Hall, who expressed his disappointment in the judgment and assured that the matter will be taken to the Privy Council. Rony Jean-Charles is scheduled to return to court on November 4th for arguments of cost. DeAndre Williamson, ZNS Network News.